Welcome into the JaM Happy Hour. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. We want to make it a little bit better by sipping back, enjoying some wine and some live music as well. Today we are joined by Iris and the Shade jumping in. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Where are you popping in from today? Because we're global.
We are in sunny/foggy Southern California.
Well, I am in sunny/cloudy Orlando, Florida. But obviously we know JaM Cellars is in the beautiful and amazing Napa, California. Thank you so much for joining us for the JaM Happy Hour this evening.
Thank you for having us. We're
And
excited to be here.
cheers. I see you're enjoying some
Oh yes.
some lovely
Cheers.
butter
Cheers
along.
through the screen.
Cheers to this. Yeah, clinks.
Thank you to
I-
JaM Cellars.
Always, for sure, because that little wine fairy likes to drop off a little box before each happy hour. And if you guys are watching along, what we love about the JaM Happy Hour is this is a really great time just to kind of take a deep breath at the end of the week. We get to know you and your music a little bit better. Maybe your fans get to know us a little bit better. And then we all leave here like with one big musical hug an hour from now. So thank you for jumping in. I do like to jump right in though, because I like to set the tone with the music. If somebody's experiencing your sound for the very first time, how would you kind of describe it?
I feel like it's a sort of folky retro rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
A guy named Donovan Frankenreiter once called it soft rock.
Soft rock.
soft rock. I'm sorry, was that Frankenreiter?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is an amazing name.
Yeah.
Can we
Hard
just
to
take a
spell, fun to say.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
You guys
think
have already given me like 2 slogans for t-shirts already, and we're like literally 2 minutes in.
we're doing our best.
You had said prior to air that your very first song that you're going to play for us this evening here in the happy hour is kind of like an ode to how you met. Can you set that up for me?
Yeah, I mean, we've told this story before at shows, but I guess we'll add a little bit more to the story. You know, I was around, I think, 28, and my best friend Max and I, we were out around, you know, going to bars, dancing. And we were trying to-
Gallivanting.
Yeah, and trying to look for some girls to talk to. And it was like 1 a.m., and he gave me the choice whether to go to this Hennessy's in Laguna Beach or Hennessy's in Dana Point. And I chose to go to the one in Dana Point. And we were sitting there, and we were kind of bummed out because it was the end of the night, and there was no girls to talk to. And then this girl walked by right across from me.
It was me.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
I stuck my leg out, and I tripped her, and then she tried to hit me
He
back.
fake tripped me. He like pretended to trip me, and I was like, and then I don't even think I ever made it to the bathroom.
No, you didn't.
I think we just started talking, and yeah.
Yeah. And
How's
just,
that working out for you?
Well, we're almost 9 years in, so you know we're still feeling things out. We're not so sure just yet, but I think I'll keep them. You guys tell me
That's-
how you feel by the end of this happy hour. What
There
you
you
guys
go.
think we
Feel
should
free to
do.
comment along.
No, it's,
The
it's going
Judgy
good.
McJudgersons is what we are after a couple
Yeah.
glasses of butter. No
Yeah.
problem. And now you make music together, and now you do like all the things together, and that's a
Yeah, we
hell of a
do.
trip.
Yeah, and our first EP that we wrote is called The Blue Room. So when we met, it felt very serendipitous. And I think Chase's phone was broken at the time. So I think I wrote my number on his arm.
Yeah, I didn't take
And
it
we had like
seriously.
this really funny, it just felt very natural and just like we'd known each other all along. And
Right.
Anyway, so we were inseparable from then on, and we kind of went to his apartment that he had at the time, and it was brand new. They just moved in, and he was painting the walls like this
A
deep sea blue.
Yeah.
And it was
Aw.
so dark. It was like a cave, and we were too early on. I didn't have the heart to tell him that this was going to be a rough shade. So I helped him paint the whole thing blue.
This is not good.
And our first EP is called The Blue Room. So it's kind of about like this first year of us being together and our experiences and the music that we wrote. So
With the wrong color
Yeah.
that he chose.
I know it was a little consuming, but the intention was good.
The last thing I'll add to the story, because there's probably people watching that have already heard this that are like, oh, that's, you know, I've heard
They're
it.
like, we get it. You love each other.
Yeah. But
Love is
my-
awesome.
My best friend Max, his I guess I'll tell this, and I don't want to name drop, but I'm
Max,
going
by
to.
the way, takes credit. He takes credit for our meeting.
Yeah,
he
he
says
did
he
not.
introduced us, even though he just was there that night. But we'll let him have that.
I mean, let him have it.
Yeah, we'll let him have it.
But music has been so magical, and it's kind of like my religion. It's given me a lot of meaning in life, and a lot of things that have happened in my life that have been very magical and meaningful. It's because of music, and it's crazy because Max's dad is Lee Jaffe, who was the harmonica player in Bob Marley's band. And I didn't know that about Max until later on. But it's
You
just,
didn't
I
know there
love
was
Bob
that
Marley.
musical tie.
Yeah, and it's just kind of, you know, without Max, I probably would have never met Alex. So it's just, it's.
Shout out to Hennessy's Dana Point for making
Seriously. And Max and harmonicas
Yes.
and music. And
Yeah.
it's actually quite beautiful when you pull back to that 30,000 foot view and you see how it all kind of came together and like this crazy soup of life that it is, that moment happened, and what led to that moment and what has happened since that moment is like a really cool thing. In this crazy world, you can look at it and go, but it makes sense.
You said it best. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and I think this song is kind of about that.
Yeah, it's called.
Perfect segue.
I love this already.
So come take my hand and dance with me. Let's make a love how it's supposed to be. And in a while we can take a drive. Take a moment just to be alive.
Under the moonlight,
She was dancing with me.
under the moonlight,
We were loving the breeze.
under the moonlight,
She was everything
under the moonlight.
we know.
Light sky, light sky. So many banks
But
we've got, and we've got so many loose ends.
take time to quantify what it means to be alive.
When love is gone right, you don't know who you're at or die.
Don't ever hesitate.
Don't let love get away. Don't you dare let it break when you don't know what you've got at stake. We've got so many bands, but we've got so many loose ends. La da 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 da, la da da da, la da 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 da.
So now here we are under the candlelight, burning fears till we feel alright. So let it go and let it breathe. Let the love come natural.
Under the moonlight,
She was dancing with me.
under the moonlight,
We were loving the breeze.
under the moonlight,
She was everything.
under the moonlight.
Moonlight.
Life sky, life sky. So many bands, but we've got so many loose ends.
Take time to quantify what it means to be alive.
When a love is gone right, you don't know who you're at or die.
Don't ever hesitate.
Don't let love get away. Don't you dare let it break when you don't know what you got at stake. 'Cause we've got so much to mend, but we've got so many good friends.
Don't Won't you ever let it go? Feel the music hit the soul.
When you find yourself alone and you don't feel like going home, don't ever hesitate. Don't let love get away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't ever hesitate. Don't let love get away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
Iris in the shade here in the JaM Happy Hour. Now I'm getting the vibe. Now I understand. We're going to relax and enjoy some wine here this evening and get to know you guys a little bit better. Setting up the story of how you met, and then you start making music together, obviously. And when you do start to play together, was it like an instant thing where you're like, oh my God, we've got something, like we should totally dive into this? Or it was just like, oh, we like doing music and this will just kind of be our thing?
Depends who you ask.
Ah, all right. Well, Alex, I'm asking you then.
So I have always loved, we don't need to share that detail. I have always loved music. My parents used to play KRF 101.1 on the radio when I was a kid, back when it was like really oldies tunes,
Love.
like 50s, 60s stuff.
Shout
I
out to
loved
radio.
it. And I was really outgoing, but really shy about music. So I had never really like even I think when we first started playing, Chase really had to pull me kind of out of my shell for that a lot. Because I think I almost felt kind of like this imposter syndrome of like, oh, well, who wants to listen to, I'm just assuming someone wants to sit here and listen to me. There's a lot of like insecurity with that. So I think Chase has kind of, pulled me out to be more
We didn't really
brave.
play music for like, it took about 7 months into our relationship. She took me to karaoke on our like third date, and I like my jaw dropped because I was like, oh my gosh, your voice is beautiful.
Oh,
And
like
my manager was born.
She would never sing though. She would never sing
Nice.
after that.
Nice. So were you already like into like doing music, and like, I mean, you said music was a huge influence for you, Chase, but like, were you already into that and you were like, oh, this is my cute girlfriend. All of a sudden she opens her mouth and you're like, oh my God.
Thanks, guys. It's really
Yeah,
nice. Everything there.
I had been writing my own songs for a while, and I wrote songs with Brad, who I knew
Hi, Brad.
before. Yeah, Brad's here. He's
Brad.
helping us out. He's our bandmate.
Brad, say hi. No one can
He's
see
our
you, but
lead
he's in the
guitarist.
clouds.
Everybody needs a Brad.
Everyone needs a Brad.
But yeah, we would play songs in the tunnel at Salt Creek Beach and just kind of
Good
busk, and
acoustics.
I always thought some of the songs, I'm like, gosh, a female vocal would maybe sound so cool on this. And then
Maybe if a girl liked me and she would
yeah.
sing with me.
Yeah, well, then I thought, God, the dream would be to have, your girlfriend, and like if she could sing and like you write songs. But the first song, couple of songs we wrote kind of came out of the blue. We didn't really
Blue
plan.
Room.
I would say the writing and playing together was really natural. I would say learning to perform was much more of an intentional, like effort-filled practice of getting comfortable with that. But the actual playing and music writing was really natural and just came to us.
Our first open mic nights, we were so nervous.
Oh
we
my
had, we had like a
gosh.
flask in the back.
It was like, it's like
And
embarrassing when I think back to how we were like shaking. It was like one song,
And now you're like, oh, we got songs for days. How many do you
Well,
want?
you always get nervous. We still get nervous, but it just the intensity of how nervous we were to play. It's just so funny. So I'm glad that we've grown a bit in that.
Yeah, but you got to share that nervousness, which is like
Yeah.
such a growth platform in any relationship where you're facing a fear together. That's actually pretty cool.
That's
and it's a
true.
great
Built-in support.
Yeah, and I want to
nice.
talk about live music, and I want to talk about how you guys kind of evolved into that. But like I said, it is the fastest hour in music here in the JaM Happy Hour. And cheers to everyone who's jumping in and joining us this evening. We're 15 minutes in, and we've had one song. And that is not what we do here, because we're going to talk.
Okay.
I love this. But what song would you like to play for us next?
We're gonna play a new one called "Go Go Darling."
Yeah, it's a homage to the oldies music. We love oldies music.
This is our KRF 101.1.
Okay, I'm going to say when you say oldies, I mean, how far back are we going?
50s, 60s oldies.
All right, we're here for
Classic
it.
oldies. Okay.
Iris in the shade here in the JaM Happy Hour. Cheers, you guys enjoy.
is yet to happen.
Just gotta sigh.
You're the joy in the
Jacket.
You're the sun in my
Arms.
but you're crying and you're lonely.
Ooh.
Lonely room.
Ooh.
You wanted it so bad.
Ooh.
You wanted it too soon.
So come on, darling, don't get your head in a spin. Don't you know that in the bad guys never win? So come on, darling, don't you see the light inside? Fool you once, but never let a fool fool you twice. 'Cause I've seen that look before. Seen an open door, seen a ticket home. But there's times you say we ain't got no friends. So when you realize it's not the end. So come on, darling, don't get your head in a spin. Don't you know, darling, the bad guys never win. So come on, darling, don't you see the light inside? Fool you once, but never let a fool fool you twice.
I see 7 colors.
Walking with the best of me, walking in the daylight dream.
I see other lovers
Walking in the lonely street, whispering what will be.
Usually I fall down in that song.
know, he lays
so
down.
that's why I laid down.
I'm sure there's a great story in that. But what I'm struck by is like the difference between like the sound of 2016 versus like a 2022. You know, obviously you guys have all these years together, creating this music together, creating this life together. And then we all go through the collective 3 years that we all just went through. If you had to kind of describe where the sound was and where the sound is, like where has that growth happened more so with you guys, musically or just like the way you approach it?
That's a very wild, take it question.
I think the music at the beginning, which I love all of it, and we do still have songs that are kind of in that vein. But I think the music at the beginning was very focused on me and Chase, and kind of like a soft, gentle, sort of dark, like narrative that went along with where we were at. And I feel
Yeah.
like as we've gotten a lot more comfortable with performing, and we've kind of looped our awesome band in it, and kind of honed more of a live show, I think our music's gotten a lot more upbeat and kind of rocking, and also kind of more communal, because some of the parts of it that make it really fun is
Sure.
is having people be able to sing along and kind of dance around. So I think that's kind of how we've evolved with it, you know. I don't know what you
No, yeah.
Would you agree?
Yo, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, we didn't even practice that. I just
No, I think,
I love that.
A lot of the new songs we have, we're going to hopefully come out with a new album this year, and a lot of the feelings and vision we had of, we just want to have fun when we perform and dance and sing, and a lot of the new songs we have kind of embody that. We call it like maybe like a cosmic roller coaster. Maybe that's going to be the title of the album or something.
I like it. She's like, maybe we're still discussing it. I've always been very curious when it comes to being the artist. I'm a music lover. I know where I go when I hear my favorite song, and I'm the kind of person, like, if it's my favorite song, it'll be on repeat. It'll come up a lot. Whether it's in the house or in the car or whatever I'm doing. Technology is beautiful. But as the performer, do you tend to go to the same place when the song comes up, or do you find yourself sometimes in a different mindset from like where you wrote it, where you recorded it, what it means to you? Like, I go to the same place when I hear my favorite song. Do you go to the same place when you perform your songs?
I feel like music's a time machine. And there's really periods of life, like you said, where I've put on a song and it's taken me back to that feeling. And maybe I don't even
Sight,
have the
smell,
visual.
sounds.
Yeah. Yeah, all of that. And that's kind of what I think is so special about music. But in terms of performing it versus when you write it, it really depends. I mean, I've had it where I felt I was going to pass out. I was so nervous playing that, you know, it's hard to
I think that's technically a panic attack, Chase.
Yeah. I think though you know, sometimes you walk out and certain venues will be very suspenseful because it's like you can hear people talking but you can't see the stage. You know, there's like kind of a walk in. I think that first song or two is nerve-wracking, and I think once you get into it and you're comfortable with the audience, you kind of go back to the real, like, authentic feeling of the song, and then you're back to where you wrote it. So I think I think the only time that maybe that's not happening is kind of when there's like an outside circumstance while you're playing that maybe changes the feeling a little bit. But I think for the most part, we go back. We go way back.
You try to be
9
in the
years
moment
back.
Too, of whatever's happening.
Yeah.
So.
I've just always found it very interesting because I know music takes me to a place, but I certainly don't perform it. So I'm always just like, oh, do you go back to the same place? And especially when you are talking live performances, I mean, you think back to 9 years ago, 8 years ago, even pre-pandemic, you know, performing music has changed now. Now that we're back and oh my God, everybody and their sister-in-law is touring right now. And there's so much live music out there. And I think people are so starved for it too. Have you sensed a difference in the audience that you're playing for, pre versus post?
You want me to take it?
Y'all are so cute.
Thank you. What I think is funny for us is that we spent a lot of time, obviously pandemic has been rough on everyone, so not a negative, you know, everyone really struggled in that. But what's funny with us is I actually kind of feel like that phase was weirdly good for our music because we got some opportunities right as kind of live music reopened again that we hadn't had before. Like playing at you know, we have certain dream venues that, you know, we haven't gotten to yet by any means. But we have
the bucket list.
Red Rocks, manifest that, you guys.
Oh,
manifest
put
that.
it out there. Put it.
That
It's
is
100%.
my bucket list.
Bottle Rock Festival.
Yes,
Hey!
yes. There's lots of on the list.
We
but,
know
like,
people.
Yeah. We had some like really sentimental though, like local places that meant a lot to us, like the Coach House and the Wayfair and like different Belly Up and Salon Beach that we got to play at post pandemic.
Thanks to Donovan Frankie.
Yeah, and that was kind of like, so I guess I'm not sure if the people in the audience were different. I feel like they were because everyone was so excited to be experiencing that again. But for us, like our kind of live music experience just exploded right as live music came back because we got, you know, lucky on these shows. So,
The timing of it all.
Yeah, it was like for me, it's all big after COVID because like that's, you know, when that we kind of reopened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I fully know what you're saying. I was just excited to go get tacos. I mean, like, oh, live music too, and you get to perform and all that stuff. And I want to talk about that, but I would love to jump into another song here really quickly. What song would you like to play for us next here in the JaM Happy Hour?
We're going to play Comatose.
Jessica, if you're watching, this is for you. It's my little sister. There's a way. Can you feel it? Can you feel it coming over me? There's a way. Can you feel it? Come on, souls. Come on, baby, don't you go. Come on, baby, stay with me. Baby, stay with me. Come on, baby, don't you go.
Call my toes. Come on, baby, don't you go. Come on, baby, stay with me. Baby, stay with me. Call my toes. Come on, baby, don't you go. Come on, run away with me. Run away with me. There's things on my life. That's why you're alive. There's a way. Can you feel it? Can you feel it coming over me? There's a way. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Little comatose here in the JaM Happy Hour. Again, thanks to Iris in the Shade for joining us this afternoon or evening, depending on where you are tuning in from. Please make sure you follow on your socials, add them to your playlist. Like every little click and like and share, it absolutely matters. And especially when we're sharing music and sharing stories and sharing some wine together, we absolutely love to be a community and do just that. The industry has definitely changed a lot. We were talking a little bit like pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. But you guys have always kind of, you release a single, you know, it's like Comatose comes out in 2019. Before that, you know, Mr. Rhodes in 2018. Then all of a sudden an album comes at the end of 2019, which is like pretty much the normal arc of music. But now I feel like post pandemic, or maybe it's tech, it's not even pandemic, it's like if you've got music, you just kind of put it out there, like I want to see what happens with this song and go, and then all of a sudden it's on all the platforms. How do you feel about that? Is that exciting that you can just kind of do your own thing, or are you a fan of having the plan?
It's really neat that you can release and anyone can do it and anyone can put it on any platform and that anyone can hear it. But I really love concept albums and someone taking their time and putting an album on and listening to it in its entirety. And we've released a couple singles here and there, but I mean, for me personally, like, we're gonna release a new album. We'll release a couple singles, but I really love releasing an album and just kind of like the old school days. I hate to say that because a lot of people just one song and one song, you know.
You say concept album, and I think like these like iconic albums of like the 70s and 80s where you literally go on a musical story arc and ride. Is that an art form that's dead these days?
I hope not.
I don't think it's dead at all. Like Chase won't even listen to an album when one of his favorite bands comes out with something new until he's like, well, I gotta listen to it at night. I gotta listen to it in the car. I gotta read that. So like, I think there's definitely, like you love music. I think people are making those albums and I think people are listening to those albums. I just think the delivery of music is different. And I think it's awesome in the sense that like there's new music I discover all the time from someone just posting a video, and that's amazing for them and cool for me. I also think though sometimes that the other end of the coin could be negative because sometimes like even playing places or whatever that is kind of hinging upon you being able to really get it out on social media. And so I don't know, it's like it increases visibility for some people and then maybe doesn't for others who aren't as good at, I don't know.
I guess it just depends on what you're going for and what you want to, translate to other people.
Something that you just said, Alex, had me over here like Googling and checking my facts really quick. Is the singer, her name's Adele?
Yeah, we might have heard of her.
May have heard of her. She made it part of her deal, her contract with Spotify and all the streaming services, that her tracks had to be listened to in order. So kind of answering my own question, like she's like, if you're going to listen to my album, I want you to listen to the album in the way that I intended it. And I don't think any artist had done that prior to her. So the concept album may not be dead after all.
I don't think it is dead. Yeah, I just think I think what's changed is just maybe how you get to the music, you know.
Well, everything is snackable. And, you know,
Yes.
it's a fun word, but it's also an annoying word because with what you do and with what I do, like everything has to be snackable. It has to be in 3-minute sound bites or you're going to lose everybody's attention. And that's not what music should be. And selfishly, for me, I want to listen to your music for an hour and get lost in it and look at my watch and be like, oh, crap, I got to go to carpool. But you know, I think people are craving that more so now than they used to, just because everything's been so like go, go, go and ADD and, you know, just quick. So I like the fact that your music kind of like takes everybody like out of that a little bit. And then maybe make these concept albums. You said there may be an album at the end of this year?
Yes, and we like what you're doing too. Okay.
Thank you.
We like JaM Cellars. We're happy to be here. Yeah, we
sip wine to listen to music.
Yeah, she's asking if we got something coming out later.
Oh yeah.
You dropped the hint.
Yeah, most likely.
I just picked up what you put down.
We're working on it. No, that's the plan. We want to share stuff, and we, you know, as you know, it's been a little bit since we've really released a full package kind of story of where we're at. So that's definitely in the works, and we're really excited to share that.
2019.
So,
Gosh,
yes,
blink
we're
of
excited.
an eye. Though you look at the last 3 years and what happened with time in the last 3 years. Has it really been that long? Are you sitting on a lot of like really great songs that you're just like ready to like put down and make and happen? And
We have quite a bit of songs. We're trying to kind of see which ones we like the best and see which ones fit into an album, you know, that work together.
well, Go-Go Darlin' was fantastic. I don't want to drive the boat here, but do you have something else like on the newer side that you would like to play for us here on the JaM Happy
I
Hour?
would love to do that because we have a lot of songs that we're really excited about. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, do you want to play Be a Girl or Free? Which one? We have two. We can.
Let's do. You don't want to do Does It Start?
No.
See, this is the funny thing about being in a relationship together. You know, is you look at you and go, do you want?
You want it?
We
I mean,
compromise. Okay, we're gonna do one called Be Your Girl. You
love
might
it.
even notice some of the lines in there are reminiscent of our story that we told. Okay. So nice to be your girl. So nice to be your girl. So nice to be your girl. God was a painter. You were his every muse. Made in my nature to kiss you on the eyes. Knew you were danger. This time you crossed the room. Love always does its best to catch you by surprise. And in my next life, I'll be a purple dress. But I really hope that I just come back as a doll. Never wanna leave you, even when you're all a mess. Darling, I'll be there when the nights are oh so long. When I need you, you help a girl out. And if you're feeling like you just can't quite figure it out, oh, I will take you by the hand and come hold it all down. 'Cause it's so fucking nice to be a girl.
2, 3, 4.
So nice to be a girl. So nice to be a girl. So nice to be a girl. So nice to be
Never going.
down a corduroy. Your little bar that we just built in our backyard.
Not dreaming funny.
Singing lullabies. Got our own fable when we share another's eyes. When I need you, you help a girl out. And if you're feeling like you just can't quite figure it out, oh, I will take you by the hand and come hold it all down. 'Cause it's so fucking nice to be a girl. So 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 nice to be a girl.
So one day I was walking down the street,
You might know the one.
and I swear I saw this girl. She was looking at me.
It was me.
So we double-crossed our eyes.
And we dotted all our T's. And we made some plans to have like 9 babies. And when I need you, you help a girl out. And if you're feeling
That's when our band goes wild and crazy. It's more of a band song, but we did it acoustic.
Just gives us something to look forward to when we get to catch you live.
Yeah, our next show is April 30th for the Redo Market Festival in Dana Point.
I
We
just
play
saw
at-
that on
at
your
12 p.m.
Instagram. It is
So
great
come
to be
on
out
out.
there. Performing music in a way that maybe, like you said, like this is where the band kicks in, or, you know, is it kind of fun to be able to do it in a different way, or you're just kind of like, oh, where are my people at?
It depends, you know, sometimes, I mean, this is really cool. This is very intimate, and we've never done this, so it's really neat. But we also,
You're killing it.
we love our band, you know, too. Like, especially on that song, if you came, I mean, like Alex was doing the tambourine, but they all rock it.
I think it's fun all the ways. When we play with our band, what's cool for us is that, you know, Chase and I do so much together that I always joke with people that Chase just kind of feels like he's my arm. Like there's not really like I don't know, it feels like we're just so familiar with one another that it's really fun to play with our band, because it's like, you know, we look over at them, we're like, oh my God, that's so fun. And when to hear them, like our friend Kiara, she plays keys in our band, she sings harmonies with me, and
Chris plays drums.
yeah, Andrew plays bass and Brad plays guitar. He's all, they're all, yeah, we have a million great, amazing people.
It's awesome.
But with Kiara, she, you know, she has such a beautiful voice that it's like when she comes behind me, it's like I'm listening to her and I love it, and it's so cool. And then just after Christmas, we did a little mini tour, and it was just Chase and I. And so the pressure was kind of on to bring it back to, you know, the core of how we started playing. And we were kind of nervous about it. We were nervous, you know, about how it would go without kind of like our big support system. And then it was so much fun, and we had such a great time that I think it kind of like reboosted our confidence in just being with each other at kind of the base of, you know, the foundation of it all. So I think all the ways are great.
It's joy in all of it.
Yeah.
And live performances. I mean, the butterflies, the excitement, the nervousness, then all of a sudden you're like in it, and like you can see the crowd getting into it too. That has to be like on some level like euphoric,
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
even without the
Good
wine.
drug.
I think so, yeah. Woo!
Sorry, I'm switching over to my Chardonnay. By the way, if you want to find the wines in your area, they're very delightful.
Cheers, her.
Oh, yes.
Cheers, a little what is that, ASMR?
Cheers
Little-
virtually.
Yeah.
Virtual cheers. So we talked about getting the band back out on the road. We're talking about the album coming out. We're talking about plans for Iris in the Shade. Where did the name come from?
We're at one of our first open mics that we were playing, and there was an old folk singer guy who had a
He
beard.
had like this
he looked like Santa
like
Claus.
a very impressive beard.
He was from Montana.
Like
He
a
was-
Letterman beard?
He was giving
Yeah.
like Santa grandpa, like cool neighbor vibes. Is
Got
like
it.
his vibe.
But he was such a
yeah.
great storyteller, and then he came up after we played, and he said, "You know what? She sounds like Iris from the '50s." Or
Some singer, and you know what? I wish, sir, if you're listening, I don't feel like we never kept in touch, and I would love to see him again to say something. But it was him giving me that compliment. I think when we were so nervous to be playing, that was kind of like, oh, I like that, and that's like that makes me feel like that's the essence that I want to give. And then we were trying to figure out. Something that kind of embodied Chase or like the rest of the band.
I have my solo stuff called Atlas Trees, and I love nature, and we
Okay.
love this book called Seven Mysteries of Life by Guy Murchie, which my dad gave me. It's like scientific philosophy, but we thought the shade of a tree with a flower, with the iris flower, or the shade with the iris of the eye, so that's
You
kinda-
really have thought about those. Are both like really like great and like all encompassing of Iris in the Shade. I wouldn't think about the eye, then I wouldn't think about the tree and the shade. Like, I feel like you guys have had some time with this.
It's been a few years.
9 to be
Yeah.
exact,
Yeah, well,
as
we
we've
will
already
ask them-
learned.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we've been asked that before, and been like, what does it mean to us? And then I think when we think about it, it's really just words that we kind of wanted to find to convey sort of the feeling of what we wanted our music to be. And I think the shade, the shade is Chase, but I also think
it's
that the
it's
shade kind
everything
of
and
represents
everyone.
everyone that's ever played with us, anyone that, our band now, like just kind of the community. I think our kind of musical like idol in terms of performances, because there's a lot of amazing bands that we love, but we love Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, and the way that they perform and like their just how they are all together is I think something that we would love to strive for. So I think the Shade is kind of like it's Chase, but it's also like a group of
It's possibility.
yeah, it's kind of community like shading, so yeah.
I love that. That's really good. Alex and I have something in common. We are fans of room temperature things.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's weird. I'm sorry.
How many times have you gone to a restaurant and ordered water, no ice? Or, I have to order like a hot tea, just the water.
I know.
Just to make everything room temperature. I know why I do it. I'm very curious as to why you do it.
Oh, I'm so interested to hear why you do it too. For me, I get, I feel like I'm really almost paranoid about my voice.
Yep.
Like it's almost like it makes me feel constricted. Like I don't know what it is. It's like
totally.
I don't know why. It's like I just kind of I just feel like it's freezing me from the inside out.
I feel you, and I have like anxiety just thinking about it. It's the same reason why I do it. I mean, I talk all day, every day. I work in radio. So I do scripts and vocals and all day long. And if I drink something very cold, my throat shuts. And it becomes very constricted. So I drink everything room temperature, including my Chardonnay. JaM's going to hit me for that.
Oh my gosh, wait. Twins. It's still good. Even
I will tell you.
Warm Chardonnay.
Room
temperature.
It's cold outside, so it's actually the perfect temperature.
Cheers, sister. I had never heard anybody say that before, so when you said that in pre, I was like, oh.
Well, I'm glad that you and I are allied on the no ice front.
But the music is
have each
definitely
other.
cool, and it's very chill.
Yes.
And I like the vibe of Iris in the Shade very much. It's very, like you said, it's
you.
all encompassing, and it's like it feels like a very welcoming kind of sound. Where is it going to go next, do you think? Where does this grow to?
Chase,
Oh, yeah, that's yours, Chase.
what do you think? I feel like I've talked a lot.
I've
I've lived up to my chatty Cathiness, so I'll give you this one.
It's hard to predict the future, but we hope we can continue to play more shows and go on a tour after we release our album this year. And
I like it.
We'd love some more dreams to happen, but I mean, just being right here and all the stuff that has happened already in music has been a dream. So
I think we'd also like to collaborate, to continue to collaborate, because I think some of the highlights of our music have been meeting really important people in our lives, like Matt Costa and Donovan Frankenreiter, and hi Grundy if you're watching, and in our band. So I think we just want to keep growing it and keep writing songs that kind of reflect where we're at and sharing it with people and having other people kind of put their magic on it and and then sharing it as much as we can in whatever space that is.
Allowing
will
it to
have us.
evolve.
Yeah, I think we just want to keep growing in a way that feels authentic and sharing it with other musicians and sharing it with audiences and
Feels like a
I
great
don't know, you can
transition.
disagree.
no, I
Feels
agree.
like a great transition into our next song. Are we gonna roll back in time, or are we gonna stay here in our current state with Iris in the Shade? What do you guys feel like playing for us next?
We're gonna roll back in time. We'll play Dreams, and then after Dreams, we're gonna tell a little story and play a song we've never played anywhere before. It's a rendition kind of cover, but it's got a cool story behind it.
All right,
But
so we're
this-
gonna let you
we'll-
roll through too. The stage is yours. Enjoy.
Thank you, Jenna.
Dreams that I've had were so sad before I met you, and these dreams that I've had weren't half bad since I met you, and these dreams do 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 as it seems too long. It's been a while since you smiled. Been a long time, too long. Dreams that I've had were so sad before I met you, and these dreams that I've had weren't half bad since I met you, and these dreams do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, as it seems, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's been a while since you smiled. Been a long time, too long. It's been a while since you smiled. Been a long time, too long. Dreams that I've had were so sad before I met you, and these dreams that I've had weren't half bad since I met you. Okay, you ready for number 2?
That was Dreams. Oh, keep rolling. Oh, this next song, I'm going to dedicate this song to my best friend who passed away a little while ago. His birthday's tomorrow, so happy birthday to Michael. I love him so much. And also, recently, my family and I, we have 3 dogs, and one of our little dogs was named Amadeus. And he was my dad and my uncle.
Very sophisticated little
uncle,
guy.
My uncle's best friend, and he ended up passing away. And this song kind of relates to all of that. The story behind it, I went on tour with Donovan Frankenreiter and G-Love a little bit ago.
Woo, G-Love.
Yeah, and on the last night of the tour, our dog Amadeus was at the vet, and we didn't know if he was going to make it. And G-Love and I, I was kind of downtrodden, but G-Love and I, sometimes at night, he'd be so cool. I look up to G-Love, Donovan, Matt, and Jack Johnson. They're all my idols, so it's kind of just to be with them is amazing. And G-Love would jam with me at night, which was so cool. And we started jamming, and I was trying to make this blues riff, to act like I played the blues. And then I went into this. And then G-Love started singing this song, and it goes, you want good news, you want a sanctuary. And not to stop it, we'll play it, but he started singing that, and it's Sanctuary by His Golden Messenger, and we both love that song. And the next day, my dog ended up passing away, and it was really hard. And I came back, and sometimes when you lose something you love, you kind of get stunned. And it wasn't until like a week later I put that song on, and I started crying. But the lyrics and the song fit so much to losing someone you love and the whole situation, and it felt kind of surreal, and it felt like it was like an omen, a good omen, when I was playing it with G-Love, and I had no idea. Because if you look up the lyrics, it ends on kind of a good note saying, sometimes in life you want everything perfect, you want good news, you want a sanctuary, but that's not how life works, and life is kind of a cosmic roller coaster
When you
sometimes.
try to be real, they break you on the wheel.
Yeah,
So
and lastly it says, like, we'll see you on the other side. And we have a painting in our room that has a dog behind a door. And John Lennon once said, he's not afraid of death because he believes it's just getting out of one car and getting into another. And maybe on the other side, there's our little dog and anyone that we've lost that we loved.
I think so.
But this is the song. We're gonna play a little bit of it. Feeling bad, feeling blue. Can't get out of my own mind, but I know how to sing about
it. Ring a bell, little lonely, better hit the road, child. We can cry on the phone for a while.
Jubilee found me.
Steady with your hope now.
This little light's gonna last a while. Like an arrow to the marrow.
Feels like hell now.
Till we make it to the other side. You want good news.
You want a sanctuary.
When you try to get real, oh, they break you on the wheel.
You want to move. You want a sanctuary.
Where there's something I can offer to
ya, from the bottom to the bone.
You want good news. You want a sanctuary. Where there's something I can offer to
ya, from the bottom to the bone.
you want good
love.
You want a sanctuary. Where there's
Something I can offer to ya, from the bottom to the bone.
you want good
You want a sanctuary. Something I can offer to ya, from the bottom to the bone.
Cheers, Amadeus.
Oh, we got it. Cheers.
I feel like I want to pour some on the floor for the homie. Beautiful story, but something that I also noticed in that, and a great song too, is, you know, you name checked a lot of very positive and beautiful artists. And, you know, we're talking about, you know, G Love or Jack Johnson or Matt Costa or even Iris in the Shade. You guys all have a very similar inclusivity kind of a feeling. Like everybody come in, enjoy. We're here to have fun. We're here to have love. We're here to support each other kind of a vibe. It's different styles of music, but I think the feeling is very much the same. Is that something that you're cognizant of, or you just kind of like, you've kind of naturally gravitated to these people and these artists and this sound?
That's a huge compliment. You know, we're not even in their league at all, but I think the feeling, I mean, Jack's one of my big idols, and I've listened to Donovan and Matt and Gia. You know, I've learned all their songs.
Sure.
And, you know, they've helped me in the roadmap to life with their
Yeah.
lyrics and their melodies, you know, so it's definitely within me.
Yeah, I think being fans of theirs because their music spoke to us was kind of what brought it together. Like, I don't think it was intentional per se, but I think it maybe just sort of worked out because of our interests. Like I saw,
Sure.
I mean, yes, there's a lot of people that we love, but you know, Chase is a mega Jack fan. He loves Jack John. He loves the whole vibe. We love Matt. We love everybody. So it's like, it's so exciting for us to get to ever do anything with them, you know. But
Sure.
Also, like, I remember going to see Donovan when I was in high school, and it was like one of the first shows. I was so excited. I still have this ukulele that I won at the show
Oh
that says
my
Be Free on it. So it's like, I think for us, it was like, you know, getting to know these people and become friends and play music with them. Like when I said earlier, that's a highlight.
And become
That's-
peers.
It's been such a highlight of our music together that, yeah, I don't think it was intentional. I think we just admired them so much that, you know, we kind of sought to meet them or to play with them. And when it worked out, we were like, oh my God,
We
you know.
connected with Donovan by one night randomly wanting to go night surfing, and then Donovan was out in the water night surfing, and we had no clue
His
that.
hair, we couldn't see him. He had on like a glow stick around his head so his friends could see him, and his hair
Right.
and his facial hair. And I was like, the silhouette looked just like him. And I was like, Donovan? He goes, who's that? I go, Iris in the Shade. And it was just like, you know, it felt like
It was supposed to
serendipity for
happen.
Sure, yeah.
It was totally supposed to happen. Like you start name checking like G Love, and I'm back in college suddenly. I'm in my 20s. You know, these guys have been at it for a super long time, and you know, you guys are the next, perhaps like the next team. Like carry on the positivity and carry
That'd
on
be
the
cool.
community.
Yeah.
And, you know,
They're
we're
really
thrilled
great
to
guys.
share it.
They're such hard workers too. I've never seen someone work so.
Oh,
hard.
I love a good work ethic. I mean,
And
obviously.
yeah, and it's nice when you meet somebody that you look up to and then they're actually really nice. And I think that's something incredible. Is sometimes you hear about artists where it's like you get to know them and it kind of ruins it. Every single one of the people that we're talking about has completely like taken us under their wing and been so generous and so lovely. So, you know, we feel lucky for sure.
And compelled to do the same for others.
Oh, yeah. If
yeah,
anyone wants us, we would. But
Well,
We want-
Yeah.
yeah.
it's a tricky question, but we have a few minutes left. Describe your fans in just a few words. What do they give to you?
Okay, yeah, you go. You're better at this.
I feel like our fans are a few different types of people. Like for one, I think it's really cool when younger people come up to us and take an interest. Like that just feels so cool. Chase and I are both teachers outside of being, you know, musicians.
God bless you both.
and
Thank
it's so-
you,
it's
thank you,
really-
thank you, thank you. Oh my God.
It's really fun to see a young person like be touched by it, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
I also think, you know, it's fun because like in our community, we have a lot of just like really nice people who I think they're looking for community as well. So when we can kind of connect over the music, that feels like, you know, we're being successful in that. I don't know. I think they're all nice. I think they're fun. I think creative people. I don't know. I feel like it's, you know, good people.
They made it. You know, we're not
Good people.
not huge or huge, you know, popular, but we've had a few fans, and it's made the
It
world
makes
for
it,
us. You know, when they
yeah.
say like this song has done this for. I mean, it's truly amazing. You know.
Well, because
It's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. The reason you want to play live is because you want to connect with people. So every time that happens, we're like, it just, you know, makes our world. So if
Well,
you
again,
feel
I'll
like it, thank
reiterate.
you.
If you guys are enjoying the music with Iris in the Shade, please add them to your playlist and please like and please share. And I'm going to overstep my bounds. And can you guys play us one more song? We have 4 minutes left, but I want more.
Thank
Okay.
you so much to JaM
Thank you
Cellars.
so
This
much.
has been incredible. To Linz and Jules who hooked us up with, you
Yeah.
know, thank you to
Emily
everyone.
behind the scenes, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for
Emily's the
Emily.
best.
for hanging with us. But yeah, what do you want to do? Let's do a
Big
little whistle
finale.
song.
No
Let's do
pressure.
Free. Yeah.
Sorry, Paul. We ran out of time and we couldn't play Swimmers.
Next time.
This is for Paul. We were just talking about awesome fans, so we got to do this for Paul. Okay, we'll do Swimmers.
Right.
We have someone watching in Japan, so hello to you too.
It's the first day of fall. All of the leaves are changing. Here we are, face to face. Feel like I could cry. Swimmers, swimmers for raindrops. we're breaking apart.
This is the lead guitar part.
'Cause we're breaking, yeah, we're breaking apart. Swimmers, swimmers for raindrops, making my heart stop. Turn it around. Oh, why can't it be me? Oh, I'm a lost at sea. Swimmers, we're all just swimming for raindrops. There were times I almost let myself down. Swimmers, we're all just swimming for raindrops. And when there's time, just gotta float on through. Oh, why can't it be me? How you setting me free? Turn it around. 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 Turn it around.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for anyone listening.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for joining us, Alex and Chase, Iris in the Shade here in the JaM Happy Hour. Again, all their socials are listed below. Cheers to you. Cheers to Amadeus. Cheers to the music. Cheers to what's next and what's coming. But thank you for sharing your talent and your love and your time with us. And we look forward to the next time, perhaps maybe at Bottle Rock one day soon. Please follow the JaM Cellar accounts for your chance to win your tickets out to Bottle Rock. God bless you. And
Thank you.
cheers. That was the fastest hour ever.
Thank you so much, Jana. Thank you, JaM Cellars. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Cheers.